You have to dissect yourself to see what's wrong with you and why is it that you are not very successful as a guru. The success of the guru is he doesn't bother about time. Every time is the holy time. For he is not bothered if somebody is late or has come early. He is not a slave of watches and time. This is also man-made. There were no watches about, I think, 300 years back. And nobody was so particular about the time. So first thing, he is beyond time. Kalatit as well. Then he is also Gunatit. Gunatit means he doesn't belong to the left side or to the right side or to the center. He is beyond these three, beyond these gunas, where he stands and sees everything in the divine light. Everything. If something good happens to him, he said the divine light has done. If something bad happens to him, he said the divine light wanted this way. Everything he leaves for the divine light. He is beyond the gunas. Like supposing there is a person who is on the right side, egoistical. Then he'll start saying, how is it? I wanted this didn't work out, and how? He'll challenge. Another will start crying, the left-sided one, that I'm very sorry, this has happened to me, it should not have happened. And all. Or in the center also, he might think that, how far are my vibrations, how could I not know, and all that. But a person who is a real guru, he looks at it as a drama, as just a witness of the drama. It happened, it was to happen, so it has happened. Now what do we get out of it? Is we get something, the lesson that this was not right or this was wrong. That's all. For that moment, not to go on churning in your head. That's all one gets, and is not bothered about anything else. So he goes beyond his gunas. Beyond gunas, he lives. He eats anywhere, sleeps anywhere. He is not bothered where he lives. He is not bothered whether he goes by car or he goes by bullock cart. He doesn't feel he is being not honored if they give him a garland of few flowers. It's not there. He is not bothered because nothing can enhance his personality. Nothing. You give them something simple, it's all right. Or even if you don't give, it's all right. It's not he judges himself through your eyes, but he judges himself through his own eyes. And he sees for himself the joy of enjoying himself. What is there to be so particular about anything? What is so great to be hankering after anything? It just works out in its own time. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. What does it matter? Just think of it. Also, in Sahaja Yoga, a guru has to be a binding force. There are two types of people I've seen, which go on breaking relations. It's very easy for them. They go on complaining. But there are others who have a power to bind people together in such a manner, in such a sweet manner, that the people are brought closer together. Not that they have to forgive, it automatically works out. Just works out like that. And people go on joining such a man. I was surprised that in America there was very, very few surgeons.